Aloha, my kako. This is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. Today we are doing a reading for Pisces. General reading for Pisces. The messages have no dates, therefore when they find you, I thought that's when the message is yours. Pisces. General message, most important message for Pisces. Okay, Pisces, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Moon, the Four of Wands, Justice, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. It always seems as if there's a decision to be made. But essentially, this is about stability. This is essentially about stability. Because you are because you are unsure of the next steps, you're taking them rather methodically. In the past, it's like whatever you were trying to bring to a stable place, you really, it's almost as if the actions came from your heart, and there was more of a emotional or passionate feel to it when dealing with it, when trying to exact justice, when trying to bring it to this stable foundation that you were seeking. But right now, you're it's almost as if we've moved into a phase where maybe your thoughts have kind of taken over. There's a couple truths that you have, which may or may not, most likely, are not fitting into the same space. Like, not both of them, while separate, could be true in this one space to claim that stability and success. To reach that point, these two truths are in conflict, and so a decision must be made. But it's almost as if when we were proceeding with it almost gives the feeling that when we were proceeding with justice in the past, there was a faster pace that was going on, but currently we're moving at a slower and methodical pace because we cannot see the outcome of either decision clear enough to know which road to take. So the propensity is to hold on and to slow the movement until the outlook is assured. And the reason that's happening, what the cards are saying, the reason that's happening is because we've learned more about the situation, and therefore there has to be a reassessment of we're not just running on passion and we're not just running on passion and instinct and emotion anymore. We've learned more, so now we're engaging in thought, and it's not as if you weren't thinking before. It's just that the rational decision has come into play, and so that has kind of slowed the process down. You're still moving forward, but because you're making more assured steps because of that new injection of rational thought as opposed to passion and instinct, right? The advice is to remember, I guess, why you started the journey in the first place. To understand, it's like to take a look and to understand who you are in the equation, because that is the way, you know, instinct, passion, thoughts aside, you being you in this situation is the way to go ahead and to handle it. Let's get one for the Two of Swords. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? That was just sloppy, sorry. If it's meant to be, it'll come out again. Right, you want that assured step, right? One more for the Two of Swords, please. It's like the seeking to lay them all, right? Four of Pentacles is holding on, but it's also, you know, also fours are stability, right? And the Three of Cups. Right, so this has a community aspect to it in this one as well as in this card here. So it's like, what is best, what's going on and what is best for the community? How do we assure the outcome? I'm going to get one for the Ace of Cups, please. Clarify the Ace of Cups for Pisces. Okay. Yeah, it's about moving forward with you, right? The Knight of Cups, he's like the dreamer. And because it's lining up in this way, I would say that your answer is going to lie closer to the thought pattern is what's, and not being able to foresee it all to come to the greatest outcome for all. That's what's slowing you down. But the advice is to move, trust yourself. Know that because you care immensely about this, whatever this is, whatever's going on, and because you're seeking that stability, that balance, that really it's why you started the dream that is going to assist you in moving forward. I'm not saying that moving slowly and rationally isn't the way to go. It just seems like it's not a pace of which you're comfortable with, and what we're projecting is the stability, but at the cost of not taking risks, right? So who is this person? Who is Pisces? What is that dream? How do we answer this question with that dreamer that's inside of you, right? That's the answer to the question. One for the cover of Pentacles, please. Ooh. Right, so as we learn more, the lessons get more difficult, but it is asking you to use your to bring it back to the dream. This is really actually kind of beautiful, and I'll explain why. So a lot of times the Chariot is when we're hit with outside influences, right? It's the two things that don't. It's a shark and a dolphin, and in this card. And so the two things don't seem to be able to, it seems like harder to mitigate the difference, right? But as a charioteer, it talks about working with the universe to kind of and incorporating in this scenario. This is why it's so beautiful. We have the two opposing thoughts, right? It's the passion and emotion, and then the thought in this case. And so it's really being able to balance those two opposing things to move forward and to bring about, I think, this original justice that you were seeking, that stability, the stability and growth and celebration that this represents for you. So it actually is quite a beautiful card to answer the question, right? The more we know, sometimes the more restricting it can be, right? And that's what we were talking about a little bit here. But to gain, how to explain this? To gain that, to plant that right seed, to move forward and make that decision, and make that tangible, it's saying don't forget to, maybe it's an incorporation of those two things and bringing it all together and being able to balance that out and steer that chariot in to exactly where you would like to go. Well, that wasn't too vague and esoteric, but let's see if it wants to tell us a little bit more about, oops, sorry about that, that's too many, about the Four of Wands. Clarify the Four of Wands for Pisces, please. Thank you. It's not going to give us anything any more as far as like specifics, but it's something that clearly takes time and commitment. But it seems like you're managing this well. It might just be a message because at this point, in whatever this means to you, you've hit kind of a crossroads and or a re-examination point that you're having trouble working through. But it is interesting that it's with justice because I was off this card. I was like, it's connecting here because I was getting off of this card earlier that, I mean, it was just swift and fierce, right? It was like the junk. Take a look at this image and knowing what the Knight of Pentacles exhibits, right? This is the slowest, surest moving knight. He will make it to his destination. But it can take forever and a day. This, on the other hand, is a depiction of a warrior riding into battle with a wolf, right? So like that energy is quite different. So it's almost as if we came in with this energy and then as we moved, as you know, we learned more and the thought processes started to, the gears started really moving out of instinct and into understanding the situation that we were in. We ended up being kind of like, we pulled on the reins of the horse to kind of get it to pull back a little bit. But and so it's just very interesting that it's a recognition that this will take, it's strength is not brute force strength, right? Running in there to like knock them silly and make them see our point. It really is about taming the beast over time. Over time. It takes a long time to be able to put that, it's like a process to be able to tame a wild beast, right? But it's all about, it's not actual, brute strength. This is not about brute strength. This is about being able to, it's more of a passive strength, more of a yin energy type of strength where it's like over time getting that animal to trust you. And that takes time and consistency and effort. But Pisces, it's just saying bring back a little bit of the emotion. Be able to balance those two energies, what you know with what you feel, and you will get to the stability that you're seeking. That is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me, and I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to the channel.